There. Let's see. So, I was going to do something in the relaxation realm, and I kind of wanted to try something different. So, actually, Rose and I had talked about this idea a while ago. So, it's going to be mostly visualizations and just sort of a chill kind of relaxation theme. Something that I've been thinking about the more sessions that I've done lately, especially when it is a bigger group, is that concept of hypnosis in this context being a lot less about me trying to get into your head or to push out your thoughts, and more so about trying to open up my own mind and let you have a sense of what I'm thinking. And then using my words in a way that has you captivated and absorbed so that you can, in turn, have your own thoughts just fade. So, sort of in that way, similar to if you're watching a good movie, reading a book, listening to music, and just sort of lose track of everything else that's going on around you. And so, this idea that I had is based around a hypnotic fruit salad. And so, I was thinking about just the different properties of all the fruits, where they come from, how different foods have different memories attached for different people, and wondering if there was something that I could do along those lines to play a bit with stories and sensations. And so we'd like you to just sort of sit back, lie back, and just relax and listen. Just being able to imagine yourself sitting there and being served a bowl full of different fruit. Just noticing at first the different colors, the reds and greens of the apples, the orange of the oranges, the pink, maybe the green of the watermelon. And just how, as you look through, automatically, naturally, your mind starts to recall times that you've had those fruits, how they taste, the texture, the sensation, maybe even recalling different memories of times when you've eaten those things. And just that moment, as you're looking through, how even something so simple, just trying to decide what order you might taste the fruits in. And so, for this experience, I'd like you to start by calling to mind and taking a bite of an apple, and how just instantly, with that first crisp crunch, a sweet but tart flavor might bring to mind times when you've had an apple. For me, that taste automatically brings me into the season of fall. Memories of going out on a cool, crisp day. The leaves changed to red, orange, yellow. Riding on a hayride on a wagon to the middle of an orchard. Of standing there with the sun shining on me, but the air still cool. and just looking at tree after tree filled with different types of apples, carefully touching, searching, looking for just the perfect one. How finally finding one shining in the sun, reaching up, picking it off the tree, using my shirt to rub all the dust off to make it even shinier, and then just being able to bite into it. There in the orchard, just having it freshly picked, so juicy that even the coolness starts to feel a bit warmer. The enjoyment of that moment making me feel more positive, more content, and warm. Then knowing that later on we can go home, bringing with us some fresh apple cider, heating it up on the stove, stirring with a cinnamon stick. Just those warm, spicy smells of fall. Just sitting in front of a fire, watching the flames flicker. Finding one point, one color, and just being drawn in. How the reds, the orange, the yellows mimic the colors from the orchard earlier. Just sipping on a warm cinnamon spiced drink while I know that the evening outside has gotten even cooler. How just one fruit, one taste can bring all these sensations, all these memories into such clarity. And after we finish that bite of an apple, what if we were to move on, to try something different? Maybe this time, trying an orange, feeling yourself suddenly shifted to an entirely different place, a different experience. Maybe this time also in an orchard, but one that looks and feels completely different from the last. This one, hot, the trees lush and green. All of the oranges looking similar to each other, but again knowing that I can search and try to find just that perfect one. And this time when I do, picking it, but not eating it right away. Instead, taking it with me on a short trip in the car, watching all of the greenery just zoom by, noticing the palm trees, watching as it becomes a bit more sparse in the foliage as I continue on. Arriving then at a beach, being able to hear the ocean, smelling the salt water, feeling the mist against my face, and then taking a towel, spreading it out on the sand, sitting down, still being able to feel the heat from the sand through the towel, the heat of the sun on my skin, and then finally, using my fingers, peeling into the orange, the smell of the citrus, then mixing in with the salty sea air. That first bite, again, sweet, juicy, being able to feel it dripping down my fingers as I pull apart the segment. Taking one segment, biting into it, sucking all of the juice out of it. Just enjoying how that tastes as I continue watching the waves roll in, one after another. Just being able to hear the sounds of the seagulls, of other people walking by, kids playing, splashing, as I just enjoy my orange in the warm sun. Again, so easy with just one bite, one taste, to imagine that experience in such clear detail. And then, what if I asked you to find and try another fruit? Asked you to find a piece of watermelon, to pick it up, to hold it, to bite in, and then find that suddenly, again, you're transported to somewhere completely different. This time, finding yourself still sitting on a towel or maybe a blanket, but in a big grassy field. The sky so blue above you, clouds floating by. Noticing a picnic basket there with you on the blanket. How, as you bite into the watermelon, making sure that your tongue seeks out and finds any seeds, spitting them into the grass next to you. You could just lay back, completely flat, and looking up at the sky. The taste of the watermelon, still sweet but very subtle in your mouth, as you just watch the clouds moving, changing. Some of them huge and puffy, others more small and wisp-like. Just noticing the different shapes that they make. Your mind trying to figure out, make an association between the shapes of the clouds and the shapes of things that you've seen before in real life. Being able to hear the sounds of the robins as you lay back. Just enjoying how the sun and the breeze feel against your skin. How in this moment you could feel almost sleepy, but yet so focused on what's above you. How your eyes might flicker between being open and closed. Maybe opening a bit as you take another bite of the watermelon. Open as you stare up into the sky. Closed as you try to imagine, make pictures, scenes, stories about the shapes that you see in the clouds. Being able to feel the grass on your feet. How the air is warm but comfortable. The grass a little bit cooler. Just being able to feel yourself, experience that moment. And then maybe again going back to that fruit salad, searching through, trying to find another fruit, something different for you to taste, for you to try, a different experience that you could have. So maybe finding a green grape, just picking it up, being able to bite into it, and then suddenly again finding yourself somewhere completely different. This time, again, a place with grapes growing, a vineyard, just noticing all the shades of the green grapes, the reds to the purples, how the vines just curl around the archways, the grapes growing in lush bunches, being able to find yourself sitting at a table, in front of you, a variety of different glasses, just noticing, smelling some of the grape juices, the wine produced from this fruit. How you could pick up the glass, just swirling it, smelling, trying to imagine what that flavor might be. Just watching how the liquid swirls around the glass, how as it leaves a rim and then drips back down into the remainder. Just at first taking the tiniest sip, swishing it around your mouth, allowing yourself to get a full taste before swallowing the juice from the grape, and noticing how different maybe the single grape as a fruit tastes from the grape juice, and how different that tastes from the deep red wine produced from these fruits. Oh, again, just being outdoors, the sky clear, not a cloud in sight, the sun warm, but still with a breeze that's enough to cool your skin. How comfortable, how enjoyable that is. How easy it is to just find yourself back in these moments, all with just one sense. How much one sense, in this case, taste, can impact your thoughts, and how in turn then your thoughts can impact how you're feeling, how you experience the situation. How interesting it is then maybe that I can use my words to influence the things that you hear. How by just describing it, by you listening to it, it can activate those memories of things you've seen, things you've tasted, places you've been, memories you've had, how it felt, how it sounded, how it smelled. And then realizing maybe how intertwined in this moment all of your senses are. How then I can use your sense of hearing to impact what you might be seeing in your mind, what other sounds you might be hearing, and then in turn how those feelings can create different emotional memories, connotations, recalls. Having you think about all the different seasons, places where these different fruits grow, times when I've experienced eating these fruits, enjoying these moments, how then maybe my stories, my memories, my senses might strike a chord with you. Now your own experiences might be similar, might line up with mine, but how even if they don't, I could use my words in a way that pulls you into my experience, that has you right there with me in the orchard, right there with me in front of a fire, sipping cider, staring into the flames, noticing how hypnotic they look the longer that you stare. How I could have you with me on a towel on the beach, just enjoying the sun, the sound of the waves. Again, noticing how, as you continue to watch the surf, the waves feel almost equidistant apart, and how this also, with the sound, with that rhythmic motion, could be a bit hypnotic. How I could have you right there with me then, laying on our backs, looking up at the sky, just watching the clouds. Watching how some of the smaller, more wispy clouds seem to change shape more quickly. Some of the larger, puffier white clouds changing shape more slowly, and just the interplay of the different sizes, shapes, types of clouds. We could be talking about what we see, what imaginary animals or objects we see in the clouds as we look towards the sky. How I could have you right there with me at a table in a vineyard, just sipping some room temperature wine or grape juice, just looking out, noticing all of the different colors and shades of the green, red, purple grapes. Just noticing how bright and blue the sky is, how in this situation, not a cloud in sight. How interesting it is then, that ability to just use words. How these simple sounds strung together create experiences, retelling my experiences, maybe drawing on your own context of these experiences. How then my words, things that I've done, seen, heard, smelled, touched, mixed with all the thoughts that you already have about the things that you've sensed. How then each of us in this shared moment could be experiencing something, visualizing something ever so slightly different from the next person. How then I could use my words to pull you in, but also taking with it your own recall, using that to then have this experience be more complete, more real, more personalized for you. Wanting you to experience the things that I have, but also wanting you to remember to be open to share those experiences that you've had, and then how maybe in this moment you being trans isn't about me being in your mind, and maybe it's then not even about you being in mine, but it's about something more in the middle, something about how I'm using my words, my senses, and how it meets up, links up with the words, the senses that you have. And just noticing then maybe how easy it is to just relax, to go deeper into that moment, into that experience. How good it feels to just be able to listen, to either lose yourself in my memories or maybe in your own, or maybe some mixture of both. how naturally that happens, just as naturally as the fruits in this hypnotic fruit salad. And how good it feels knowing that these memories, your own, or the ones that we've created here today, can stay with you. How, at any point, you can, if you wanted to, just recall any of the things that I've said, any of the positive things that you've experienced, and knowing that even now, as I continue by waking you up, having you become more alert, you can continue to feel good, feel positive, carry over those memories into your waking state. And so finding yourself right now, taking a deep breath, having your thoughts return clear and organized. Another deep breath, feeling your body become more mobile, more alert, more aware of your surroundings. And then taking another nice deep breath and finding yourself completely awake, completely alert, and out of trance now.